What's up, everyone? I'm Mark, you're you. This is Leveled Up, and here we are for another round of Ask a Life Coach. Let's find out what you've got for me today. Save that one. This one says, how do you stay woke and not allow it to make you angry and have a negative life view? How do you stay woke and not allow it to make you angry and have a negative life view? Okay, wonderful question. I appreciate you asking. This is a difficult one, potentially. I think I'm fixating first on the anger component here. And so what I'll say about anger is, first of all, anger is often a perfectly valid emotional response to situations. There's a lot of bullshit in life. There's been a lot in the past. There's a lot in the present, and I don't doubt there will be a lot in the future. So there's a lot of really messed up stuff out there, and it's okay to feel angry. You shouldn't feel like you're failing because you're angry, like you have to repress that anger, like you need to just put on a smile right now, or you're not doing what a human being is supposed to do. That's definitely crap. You are absolutely allowed to be angry. So allow yourself to feel whatever you feel, and that's okay. And I think when you don't resist emotions, when you allow them to come, you'll find that they tend to pass relatively quickly. But when you analyze it, when you're like, ooh, why am I angry again? Like, oftentimes that does more harm than good. That just prolongs it. Now you're just kind of fixating on it. Maybe you're feeding it. So start there. If you're angry, that's fine. On the flip side, I think sometimes we feel pressure to force ourselves to feel an emotion, or like we're failing if we're not feeling it. So some people, I think, have this perspective that if you're not angry, you're not woke, for example, that you can't be aware of what's going on in the world and not be angry. And I think this is problematic as well. I think if you feel obliged to be angry, or if you judge yourself for not being angry, then, well, first of all, you probably are going to be angry a lot, but I'm not sure that this is that fair or that helpful, because this is going to sound really pessimistic, but there are always going to be problems in the world. I'm not saying we shouldn't fight to change the world. I'm not saying that we shouldn't improve the world. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be the change that we want to see, but we're never going to live in utopia, right? So if you're looking for reasons to be angry, or if you feel that you have to be angry so long as there are any injustices, you've set yourself up to be angry until you die. And I don't think that being a good human being requires that of you. You're allowed to experience all the emotions. You're allowed to find fun. You're allowed to find joy. You're allowed to find silliness. You're allowed to laugh, etc. So if you're feeling like I have to be angry, like that's my contribution to the world, that's my way of solving social injustices, then I will just challenge you to, examine that position a little bit and see to what extent is there a direct correlation between your emotional state and the state of the world. So by all means, do your part to improve the world, but I think that starts with you. That starts with taking care of yourself. That starts with modeling the kinds of behaviors that you hope to bring about. So if you're constantly judging all the judgmental people and making fun of everybody who makes fun of people and hating everyone who's hateful and stereotyping anybody that you think might be inclined to stereotype you, then I'm not sure that sort of approach is going to A, be that effective in terms of making changes, or B, be very effective in terms of your own happiness and well-being. So I invite you to, like I said, allow yourself to feel anger if you are, but don't force it or feel like you're obliged to in some way. You're not a bad person if you're not feeling angry. Emotions are weird, and they come and they go. The second half of this question asks about having a negative life view. Okay, that one's a little bit tricky. I guess it depends on what you mean by negative life view. I consider myself an optimist in the sense that I believe that I'll be okay even when things aren't okay. I trust my future self to roll with whatever happens. Maybe you can trust the planet to roll with whatever happens, or trust your loved ones to roll with whatever happens, or just trust in the fact that life goes on. That's one of the few things that we know. Change is inevitable and life goes on. So you can be a little bit pessimistic in the sense that you can expect bad things to happen. You can expect people to treat each other poorly. You can expect misinformation to spread easily and for ignorance to abound. But that doesn't have to be negative in the sense that you don't trust yourself, you don't love yourself, you don't find joy in your own life, and you don't trust that at the end of the day, even when everything is completely somehow we will prevail, life will go on, we'll do our part will have to be enough, and then we'll be allowed to put it down and do some of the other things that we enjoy as well. So it's a really difficult question. I think it's a really important question. As always, if anything I said was helpful, I invite you to take it with you. If anything I said was not helpful, I invite you to leave it behind. But I wish you the best of luck finding a little bit of joy and compassion and happiness, while also doing your best to stay aware of everything that's going on in the world. Thank you again for asking. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.